Hello, everyone. I hope that you're doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha, and I welcome you to my channel. As always, I'm really grateful that you're listening, subscribing, and commenting. I really appreciate your support. And in this one, I want to speak to you a little bit about a little bit of a funny topic, but something that I think about quite often. Because I imagine if there was an FBI agent or an alien watching an INFJ going about their day, doing their things, or particularly watching me, is what I think about. They would really be sitting there thinking, this person, they seem to have a very boring life. Like, they are quite scheduled and they do the same thing every single day almost, and then also that they don't talk to many people or do many things outdoors, and when they do, like, they come back home right away, and even the hobbies they seem to have are quite boring. And so when I think about this, like, if it's an alien or an FBI agent watching me, I feel bad for them. Because I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, but this is my life and I'm enjoying myself. See, that's the thing I think about INFJs, is that, like, we are not fascinated or interested in things that other people might be fascinated or interested in, right? So we're not interested in going to a football game, a really, really loud, noisy football game, and watching that with people that we barely know. I've done that once or twice in Toronto. I went to a Blue Jays game, and I was mystified by how everyone's so excited and enthused about spending 4 or 5 hours watching someone else play. They're not even playing it themselves, right? And it's just so boring to sit, and obviously people are drinking and I don't drink, so that kind of puts a damper on things. But in general, I was thinking to myself, I don't want to do this that often. I did it because it was a work event and I had to, because I was organizing it on behalf of other people. But I really sat there, and I was sitting there and everyone's like whooping around me and standing and clapping and doing all this stuff, and I'm just sitting there thinking, how much longer is this gonna last? Like, when can I go home? And so, in general, we do have hobbies. We do things that are very interesting to us, but they will seem extremely boring to other people. Like, if I tell someone about my day, so a lot of people ask me, what did you do on your weekend? And for me, as an INFJ, the perfect weekend is sitting at home, reading my books, reading my manga, my comics, Japanese comics or Korean comics, or Chinese comics, and writing and cooking my delicious meals, going for a walk on my own, maybe calling my parents or something like that, but like literally just spending just the precious time that I have on this planet on my own, doing the things that I love to do, which is mostly solitary activities, right? And so a lot of times I'll tell people that I did it and I had so much fun, it was so nice, I just relaxed, I felt so happy. And I know I'm going to see that look on their face saying, hey, that's what you did on your weekend? Really? Because I do notice there is this like general tendencies, obviously because our world is predominantly extrovert, and most people are extroverts, and so there's this general tendency in them to want to go outwards, to go out and meet people, to go out to restaurants, to go to events, to go here and to go there, to go out from their home, right? And as an introvert, I am sitting here in my home, my comfortable, very comfortable home, like not luxurious in any way, shape, or form, but it's comfortable, it's mine. I have food here, I have water here, I have the toilet nearby, I have my books here, I have my laptop, my phone, internet. So why would I need to go out anywhere? I have everything I need here. And so for us, we're always kind of looking for excuses to sit at home and do the things that we love to do. Now, I'm not saying I don't like going outside. I do. I love going for walks in nature or in a park. I love exploring a new city on my own when I'm just walking around and seeing different things. I love eating different foods. And so I will definitely go out and explore when there's a new food that I want to try out or a new restaurant. So I'm not saying that we're just literally homebodies. A lot of times we are, but we do go out. But in general, as I say, if an extrovert looks at an introvert, they kind of look at us with like a little bit of pity, being like, oh, poor introvert, look at them, they live such boring lives, such sad little lives. And they feel pity for us, and they want to take us out and be like, okay, let's explore, let's go have fun. And we're sitting there thinking, yeah, you go and have fun. I'm fine here. Right? And unfortunately, sometimes they do not agree and they take us out and we have fun with them. I love my extroverted friends. They always make me have so much fun. But either way, if we are with them or not with them or on our own, we're happy, right? But for them, they don't see it. And I get this quite often from a lot of people that I know, that they say that my hobbies and my life seems quite boring. Considering the fact that I don't have a job, well, technically I have a job, but like I don't work as much as other people do. I don't work a 40-hour work week. I do my little bit of things that I do. And considering that, a lot of people look at me thinking, hey, you could literally be anywhere, traveling, doing your thing, going out, spending money. Or like just being out, doing your thing. You don't have to be at home, right? I mean, I don't have a job that keeps me at home. I'm not working from home, really. And so, they always are like, what are you doing at home? It's like, why are you here? And so, it's not like I'm saying that we need to justify our lives to anyone, because actually, really, the fact is, even if I explained to people who are not introverts that this is how I like it, this is my life and I love it, I'm having so much fun, they will always look at me with pity and sympathy. I go to this acupuncture clinic here, and they'll ask me while they're doing acupuncture, putting needles into my back or whatever. They're like, so what did you do? Well, how was your week? And I'll be like, yeah, I started reading this really good book. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. It's Mahatma Gandhi's autobiography, Experiments with Truth and Sin. And then I'll go into it, or I'll be like, yeah, I was at home and I just found this this article that I wanted to read, and so I've been reading. It's a pretty long article and I've been taking notes on it, or things like that. I mean, the things we do. Or I'll be like, I just found out about this new supplement and I've been researching it. So the things that I'm interested in, nutrition, writing, acting, things like that, right? And so I'm doing all that and I'm saying it to them, and I can feel the atmosphere change, and I'll be like, yeah. They're like, that sounds interesting, and I know it does not sound interesting to them. I mean, to some, if they're an introvert, they'll understand. They'll be like, yeah, that sounds really nice. But mostly people be like, you don't have any friends here, do you? and I'm like, yes, I do. And I do spend time with them on a very minimal basis, as little as possible, because I do like my own company better. But the thing is that it's like literally like I'm speaking gibberish when I start talking like this. And I know that every introvert knows what I'm talking about. Not even INFJs, INTPs, INFPs, INTJs, every introvert out there, I know. You know exactly what I'm talking about, because you probably have a lot of extroverts in your life, and they always look at you like you have two heads when you say that you like being at home and you like spending time doing the things that you do, whatever it might be, making model airplanes or creating homes out of putty, or like tiny homes out of putty, or whatever it might be, whatever your hobby is. I'm guessing a lot of it consists of being at home. Now, I'm not saying every introvert is like that, but a majority are like that, right? That's what we call introverts. And so I'm not saying that, again, we have to justify our actions to others, but I do know that as a child, as a teenager, in my 20s and 30s, I spent a lot of time, unfortunately, having to explain myself to others, being like, I like it this way, I don't want to change. A lot of times my parents wouldn't understand why I was completely fine being on my own and didn't want to make any friends. And then when I did make friends, they were annoyed because they're like, why do you spend all your time with your friends? So you can't win either way. So the real truth of the matter is, you don't need to justify yourself to anyone, because first of all, they're not going to understand, and if they even understand, they're not going to even be able to comprehend completely, and they'll still pity you, because they're like, oh, poor person, like they're shy, they can't make friends, or whatever reason or excuse they're going to make up for you. Now, I'm grateful that people like this exist, because they do help us pull us out of our shell a bit, right? Like, it's not like we want to spend all our time by ourselves. We have moments, as I said in the video from the previous week, that it's not good for us to spend too much time on our own. Actually, it's really, really bad for us. And so I do appreciate all those extroverts who are like trying to pull us out of our shell, pull us out of our cave, pull us out of our home, and make us do things outside. It's good for us. But I do not like the idea of constantly having to explain myself and my interests and hobbies to other people and be like, justify it. Be like, yeah, it might not be interesting to you, but it's interesting to me. What you do is not interesting to me. The fact that you have to go out all the time and go to all these really, really loud games or really loud places and be with other loud people, right? But obviously I don't say it like that. And so just because you never expect an extrovert having to justify themselves, be like, hey, yeah, so I really like being around people, so yeah, I'm sorry, but like I need to be around people. No one says that to an extrovert, be like, hey, why do you spend so much time with people? No one. But they'll always say to an introvert, hey, why do you spend so much time on your own? Are you crazy or something? And so I really don't like that dichotomy, obviously. As I've gotten older, thankfully, don't have to explain to anyone how I spend my time. I could literally spend it all day long doing whatever I want, and no one says a thing, thankfully. But I do know if you're a younger INFJ, or if you have a family, that you're probably having to justify yourself quite often. And so I just wanted to do this video because I wanted to do a little bit of a light-hearted video, also just to put it out there for all the extroverts. We're not unhappy. We're happy being on our own. So it's okay, but we'll spend time with you. But don't feel bad for us. I would love to hear your stories about how extroverts tried to pull you out of your shell, or stories about introversion. Or I'd actually love to hear what your hobbies are, whatever they might be. I'm really, really curious. Again, thank you so much for being on my channel. I really appreciate all of you. And I shall see you in the next one. Bye for now.